some studying with Alex. Yes, for chemistry. Okay, question 1. Of the following elements, which one of these would have the largest ionization energy? Our contestants are potassium, sodium, lithium, and cesium. Now, if we know anything about ionization energy, it is that down a group, malfunctioning, ionization energy decreases because of shielding, which basically means that there are more core electrons in the way, which makes it easier for them to be snatched by robbers. So, in this case, lithium is the highest on the group, and therefore would have the largest ionization energy. Next, a horizontal row of elements on the periodic table may also be referred to as a period. Period. Of the following elements, which one would have the smallest atomic radius? So we got lithium, neon, nitrogen, and boron. Atomic radius decreases because the increase in nuclear charge causes the protons to pull harder on the electrons. So in this case, neon would have the smallest atomic radius because it is perfect and all the way on the right, just like Donald Trump. Of the following elements, which one would have the largest atomic radius? Cesium, potassium, lithium, or sodium? So they're all in the same group again, and if we know anything about atomic radius, it increases down a group because there are more energy levels, and the more energy levels you have, the beefier you are, simply because you take up more space. So cesium wouldn't do very well in an airplane. It takes up more space and therefore needs more seats, which is not good. So if you were lithium in this case, it would be great for you to go on a plane, but not now in the pandemic. The following elements, which one would have the largest electronegativity? Fluorine, iodine, chlorine, or bromine. Electronegativity would decrease down a group because of shielding. So with that said, the one with the largest electronegativity would have the fewest amount of core electrons or fewest amount of members, which is fluorine, because fluorine is desperate for friends, and they only have 9. Of the following elements, which one would have the smallest ionization energy? Neon, lithium, boron, and nitrogen. These are all in the same period. Specifically period 2, which is also my personal project class, but we won't talk about that. And the furthest to the left is lithium. And that's because lithium only has one valence electron here, and they're really desperate to get rid of it. Just like that one mom who has a 39-year-old son in her basement, doesn't have a job, still is on his parents' health insurance for some reason, even though he's like 39. It doesn't take a lot of persuasion for lithium to just yeet the electron out. The further to the right you go, you want to keep them, because then you can charge them rent. The measure of the attraction that an atom has for electrons involved in chemical bonds is known as radioactivity, ionization energy, electronegativity, and electron affinity. Now obviously the correct answer is electron affinity, because electrons want to affinity them,
Have you ever had a dream that
the energy required to remove one electron from an atom, specifically in a gaseous state. So, farts are going to be very, very prone to ionization. As one moves from left to right within a period, the atomic radius of the element tends to stay the same, decrease, or increase. It decreases because the increase in protons creates an increase in nuclear charge, which therefore pulls harder on the electrons, making the atom dense. Anions, or anions, have a blank charge and are blank than the original atoms. When you gain an electron, you gain a negative charge because electrons are just negative Nancys and protons are positive Patties. When you give an extra electron to an atom, then it becomes negative and pessimistic, so don't hang out with those people. And it also becomes larger because all these negative Nancys, they just hate each other. They're just gonna space out. Let me reread that question because I didn't actually read it. The least electronegative elements are halogens, semimetals, alkaline earth metals, and alkaline metals. We all know that alkali metals are on the farthest left side. So they're going to be all of your people with like one valence electron. Francium is just really desperate to get rid of their child, so for free, they'd probably do it. Cations, or cations, have a blank charge and are blank than the original atom. The answer is positive and smaller, because when you give away one of your positive patties, when you give away one of the things that make you happy, you tend to want to hold on to everything else that makes you happy because you have less things that make you happy. Generally speaking, the group with the highest ionization energy is group 16, 17, 1, or 18. It's group 18, because the furthest to the right we go, it takes more energy to remove a full set of valence electrons, you know, full collection of Pokemon cards. Neon, which is in group 18, it has a full set of 8 Pokemon cards. I don't know what collection this is. Neon has, like, the periodic table collection. You know, Bulbasaur is like aluminum or something. I don't know. They're not willing to give away their Pokemon cards as easily. You're gonna have to pull. You're gonna have to fight for them. You're gonna have a bigger ionization energy. Are the following elements, this is the last question, don't worry guys. Which one would have the smallest radius? And our contestants for this final award is iodine, fluorine, chlorine, and bromine. The smallest radius would be the one furthest from the bottom. The radius increases because of increasing energy levels and they become thick. So, with that said, fluorine is the highest of those 4, and I'm not talking about drugs. So fluorine would be, in fact, the smallest. And now let's submit the quiz and see how many we got wrong. We got 20 out of 20, so everything I told you was not a lie. So yeah, that's studying with Alex.
Okay, bye.